UFC fans, it's great to be here in Las Vegas as we welcome you to the official weigh-ins for UFC 155, Dos Santos versus Velasquez 2.
UFC fans, make some noise!
Your way, here is Joe Rogan.
What is happening, my friends? Welcome to the UFC weigh-ins. Ariani, Brittany, professional hot chicks. Dana White, without him, none of this would be possible. Joe Silva, matchmaker extraordinaire, Bruce Buffer, the voice of the Octagon, and Burt Watson, babysitter to the stars. We got a banging card for you, ladies and gentlemen. We will kick things off live on Facebook in the flyweight division. Chris Harriasso versus John Moraga. First up on the scale, John Moraga. 126. And his opponent, Kamikaze Chris Harriasso. 125. That's a hell of a way to get things cracking, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Harriasso and John Moraga. Next up, it gets even better in the featherweight division. Leonard Bad Boy Garcia versus Max Blast Holloway. 145 for Mr. Holloway. And his opponent, Leonard Bad Boy Garcia. 146 for Mr. Garcia. Max Holloway and Leonard Garcia, ladies and gentlemen. Next up is the heavyweight division. Phil DeFries versus Todd Duffy. 249 for Mr. Duffy. And his opponent, Phil DeFries. For Mr. DeFries. Todd Duffy and Phil DeFries, ladies and gentlemen, live on Facebook. Next up, the UFC prelims on FX. We kick things off in the lightweight division. Michael Johnson versus Miles Jury. First up on the scale, Miles Jury. 155. And his opponent, Michael "The Menace" Johnson. Happy New Year, ladies and gentlemen, from Michael Johnson. 154 with a party hat and glasses. What's up? Miles Jury and Michael Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. Next up in the lightweight division, Melvin Gillard versus Jamie Varner. First up on the scale, ladies and gentlemen, the former WEC lightweight champion, Jamie Varner. 155. And his opponent, Melvin "The Young Assassin" Gillard. Powerful Captain America songs. 155 for the Young Assassin. up on the scale, Byron Bloodworth. 136. And his opponent, Eric Perez. UFC Mexican wrestling match too. 136. Ladies and gentlemen, Byron Bloodworth and Eric Perez. Next up to top things off on FX, we got a hell of a fight in the bantamweight division. Brad Pickett versus Eddie Wineland. First up on the scale, former WEC champion Eddie Wineland. 135. For Mr. Pickett. Eddie Wineland and Brad Pickett, ladies and gentlemen, give them a big round of applause. Next up, the pay-per-view card, starting things off in the middleweight division. The return of Chris the Crippler Lehman versus Derek Brunson. First up on the scale, Derek Brunson. 185. And his opponent from season 1 of The Ultimate Fighter, the Crippler, Chris Lehman. 185 for the Crippler. First fight on pay-per-view, ladies and gentlemen, Chris Lehman and Derek Brunson. Next up, also in the middleweight division, Yushin Thunder Okami versus Alan the Talent Belcher. 186 for Mr. Belcher. And his opponent, Yushin Thunder Okami. 184 from Mr. Okami. Yushin Okami and Alan Belcher, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, also in the middleweight division, the Barbarian Tim Bosch versus Costa Philippou. Anderson, the champion of the Dana White Midnight Special Grappling Matches, Joe Lozon. 156. And his opponent, Jim Miller. 156 for Mr. Miller. That is an outstanding fight, ladies and gentlemen.